Hey everybody, welcome to Everything Accounting. I'm Alfred Zaglul, your friendly neighborhood accountant, and today we're going to talk about setting up a business. I'm trying to sell, say, coffee beans, right? But the majority of my clients, I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and say the majority of my clients are out in Montreal. Am I going to open up a physical location here in Edmonton and be like, hey, come to me? No one's going to come. Right? So understanding that my client base is out in Montreal, that means I have to build a website to then sell my coffee on to ship. Apple being a prime example. Their products are worldwide. They have locations and key locations in every sector that they need. Do they need a location in every single city in every single country of the world? Absolutely not. That's being done with money. Right? What they need is key locations in certain regions. And then in doing so, people will come to them, or they also know that some of these locations are a little bit further. So they can't just drive 2-3 hours to go to an Apple store. So they built an online location where you can buy and have it shipped to either the location or to your home. So they've tapped into the markets of both where their clients are, they understand where their clients are, they understand where people are buying their product, and understanding what their requirements and needs are. So in doing so, you just scale, right? So constantly looking at your customer base, constantly looking at the data that you're collecting in terms of customer locations, the average spend, the average product being sold, you can adapt. Because even when you're selling products, you can evaluate and be like, hey, I have this 15 lines of products. If I'm analyzing the data consistently, there's no way that all 15 are being sold equally. So what I always say is break it down to say, these are the top 10 that I'm selling. I'm gonna cut the others, focus on these 10 products. If after another 6 months, a year, what have you, your client base shifts and they're like, we're actually looking for an 11th product, then build that 11th product, right? But you have to analyze the data, you have to understand your clients, you have to understand what you're providing to your clients, and in doing so, you'll be able to succeed. So that's a big factor. Now, we haven't even touched the accounting side of it. How do you track all this? You have to have an accounting software. The amount of clients that come to me when they first start working with me and they're like, oh yeah, I just, have an Excel spreadsheet. Or, oh yeah, I just track it on my phone. Or, yeah, I have my bank statements and just in and out. That's not how it works. That's not how accounting works. And that's not how tracking your stuff works, right? Because if I'm just looking at your bank balances, I'm just seeing money in, money out. I don't know how you're spending. And if I don't know, in my expertise as an accountant, I'm sure you don't know. So you really have to have an accounting software that's tracking all aspects of your sales, all aspects of your expenses, so that you know what you're actually profiting and where you're spending the most. So when we're talking about understanding value add versus non-value add, I'm looking at your cost of goods sold. I'm looking at your delivery costs. I'm looking at your labor. I'm looking at your G&A, which is your general and administrative expenses. I'm looking at suppliers. I'm looking at all your different janitorial services or your different softwares. Say you have a POS system, how much you're paying for Square or Stripe or all these things. All of these aspects come into play, and all of these have to be broken out into your accounting software. Now, there's a ton of accounting software that's out there, and they've made it like way back when it was a little bit more difficult and a little bit more costly to have an accounting software. Don't get me wrong. Now, it's fairly reasonable, and you can get free softwares, you can get cheaper softwares, everyday softwares, and you can get more robust softwares. It just depends on where you're at and where your business is at. So a few options that you can look at is QuickBooks Online is always a great software. That's what I typically use for my clients. There's Wave accounting softwares, there's Xero, there's, if you want to go into like ADP or you want to go into Oracle, or these are like the bigger players. Or as you get larger, you can create your own accounting software. So you can talk to some of these companies and create a system that makes sense for you. Then on top of that, obviously you might want CRM softwares, so customer relationship management softwares. You want different softwares that allow you to track your sales, any sales projections. You want softwares that'll allow you to basically build out a robust system to give you all the data that you're looking for, right? But your accounting software is your bread and butter. It tells you this is how much you earned in this period. This is how much you cost the business in this period. This is how much you made profit-wise in this period. So understanding all that is really beneficial to scale your business. So yeah, there's so much involved in creating a business. There's so much involved in analyzing and growing and scaling your business. But when it comes down to it too, you have to realize that you're a part of a community, right? No one person is on their own, and it's hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is hard to build a business without support, whether it's emotional support or financial support or what have you. Like there's so many factors that come into play. So you have to remember that you have a community around you, and even if you have no idea where to start, reach out to me. I have no problem helping you start your business if you have business ideas that you want to grow or what have you. But at the end of the day, there's so many aspects to it. So I just say, watch these videos, obviously. If you have more questions, if you have more insight that you need, or you have more detailed questions that you have, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you out. But for now, this has been Everything Accounting. I'm Alfred, and I can't wait to see what you guys start in terms of your businesses. And I can't wait to help you out over this next journey. So good luck.